Alright, Schlockmeister fans, going back to the 6-pack Volume 3 from Code Red, we're going to watch the 4th movie on this disc. This one's called Boogievision. Let's check it out. Our movie starts with some gonzo filmmakers bursting into some sort of mental institution where the patients aren't being treated very well.
This so-called modern institution are inhuman. The patients are being ill. The neglect.
Exposed at one of the city's larger private state-supported sanitariums.
Offensive material means shit to you?
Hi,
Don't watch.
My dog's Art, my automatic dog. He's gonna bark for you. He does tricks. Come on. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, boy. Cut that out.
Your guess is as good as mine on this one. Our next scene is actually part of the plot of the movie. It's some guy named Mike trying to get with this girl. I believe her name is Marlene. He's a would-be filmmaker. I think this girl shoots adult films.
Let me explain. Don't worry, Mikey. I'll still do your film.
Oh, thanks, Terry.
After all, the movie is half over, and what would you do if your star ran out on you? That's what's important, isn't it?
Here's Mike and Darlene.
You're really a sweetheart for
Marlene.
bringing back my light meter and all that, but I'm very busy now with this script, so I'll tell you what. We'll get together next week. I'll give you a call.
Listen, I know how important it is with scripts. My father says that the script is like the most singularly important thing in every film he produces. So,
Your father is a producer?
yeah, and he's always looking for the property.
Well,
Here's another part about vibrators.
People who've received personal vibrators in the mail, unwittingly, unwillingly. They've had personal vibrators thrust onto their person.
My God! Inside was a white, faded-looking thing. So embarrassed. But then, now I hate to give it up. We've become so close. Like a member of the family, you understand. I'm making a little jacket for it now. I've made a whole set of little clothes.
I've trained mine to kill with little razor blades and needles. I find I get more out of the little devils that way.
You don't have to tell me.
Yeah, but these high-powered batteries makes them feisty.
Vibrator.
Here's a scene at the YMCA.
And my own personal research indicates an abundance of penis and vaginal imagery. Of course, no conclusion can be accurately drawn.
Another cartoon interlude.
What tune is it? You bet your sweet little ass. Today we'll see Little Rippy beat the living shit out of mean old Mr. Flabby and make it a flash of beaver from cute and cuddly Miss Flicker.
Mike wants to make films.
no.
Well, if you're not keeping some horrible secret about myself from me, you want to tell me for the film?
Well, I can't help myself. It wasn't a lie. I just have to keep making movies, that's all.
So Marlene introduces Mike to her dad, Bert.
Have a seat.
You mean like a nudie?
But we don't use those words. You see, Marlene understands that my films deal with the exploitation of relationships of a sexual nature. But
Here's the casting call for the movie,
Actually, very little.
which results in all of our ladies getting naked.
No pictures.
speak up. Come on, sweetheart, we can't hear
No pictures.
you. Well, go ahead. Come on.
Here's an odd scene involving women in panties riding skateboards. I can't show you what happens next, but I can tell you, they get completely naked and ride those same skateboards.
eye on things while I was
He doesn't like the footage they shot.
What were you doing? Oh, we can't use that crap. What were you doing? What were you doing? I was there, Bert. Look there. There I am. I'm a furnace creel.
Here's another little interlude featuring a weird garbage disposal.
Triangle trash disposal unit. Simple but awesome. Your garbage will never be seen or heard from again.
Here's a parody trailer for The Exorcist called The Excrementist.
Only the Excrementist can help them now. The Excrementist returns to dislodge an unknown evil from the very bowels of hell. Never before in the annals of horror has such a turgid excursion into the odious realm of evil been so boldly revealed. Clinging to the tissue-thin hope for humanity, the Excrementist strains to rectify the adverse of evil.
The picture of a woman pulling down her
Here's a woman protesting the porno movie.
When you're in hell.
Jesus, you're a cute little sexist, aren't you?
There's Michael having fun in the bathtub, I believe, with that protester.
You know, Michael, it's the real you.
I think her name is Mouse.
Closer.
Bert's angry again with the dailies.
Buster, I just got a couple rolls. Hold it. Sit down. Back to the editing room. Sit down! Before we get into this mess any further, spend any more money, we're just going to back up a little bit. We're finished.
Here we learn Bert's views on race.
No, Louis, you know my policy on race. I never send a white man to get a black man. If a black man needs a leg broken, I send a brother to do the job. It's a very touchy subject. Nobody calls Burt McElroy a racist.
Our girl's going elsewhere for companionship.
Another interlude.
These breakups happen for one reason. The one between your legs. 99 times out of 100, she's walking out on a short cock. How many times have I heard it? It's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. I'm telling you, there's no substitute for being well hung. So, fella, if you'd like to be cocked at the walk and hang out a long one in the locker room, try Spantastic. Spantastic will make a man out of you. Put a smile on your girl's face with a larger, more pleasing dong. Try Spantastic and throw out those old-fashioned, irritating Oriental herbal salves.
Or simply
And another commercial.
The privacy of your own home. You can do it yourself. Just send $5.95 cash, check, or money order to Sex Change Kit. Do it yourself, Tijuana, Mexico.
Bert's going to take over the film now.
Are you leaving?
Just a lunch break.
Fine, go ahead. Frank, I'm going to need you here.
What?
I'm going to be taking over. Michael, you're just too slow. We've got a one-week deadline, and if it's going to get done, looks like I'm going to have to do it.
Heavens, break it all down.
Mikey gets an ultimatum.
Why don't you talk to Bert? Bert isn't here, and you are. The deadline is tomorrow night at 8. Have the movie ready.
Now they've got a problem.
Just for a few minutes. I got back and everything was gone. With this note on the door. Holding for ransom. Work print and the negative? I looked at everything. Everything's gone. $300,000 and the release of all political prisoners?
We haven't got any $300,000. And in the second place, we got your code, so turn it over.
I've got the work print and the negative. I've got you, Cool.
Listen, man, if we don't have a film by 8 tonight, we're all finished. So let's make a deal, huh? Anything?
Okay, another offer.
I want to make a film about Black Pride.
We don't have time to make another film. We might not be able to finish the one we got.
Okay, let's shoot the one we got.
What are you talking about?
Let's use the current duty as a vehicle to promote Black Pride to the people.
So they shoot Lizard Woman from outer space.
In the last chapter, Lizard Woman had just discovered.
Well, they got their weird film done.
Last reel. How is it? You gotta see it. Dynamite.
Here's a scene with watermelons and a ball. guess it's celebration time.
What did he say?
He said he liked it. And would I do more?
All right. Let's talk about this film, Boogievision. Came out in 1977. Similar to the film I reviewed last week, Can I Do It Till I Need Glasses, as well as its prequel, If You Don't Stop It, You'll Go Blind, in the vein of Kentucky Fried Movie, and The Groove Tube, and The Boob Tube, and Tunnel Vision, and a few other films around that similar vein. It's one of these movies where there's a lot of little scenes thrown together, but unlike those other ones, this one also has a singular plot that kind of flows through it as well. It's about this guy named Mike, who was trying to make a movie. Turns out this girl Marlene that he's seeing, her father makes movies. Unfortunately, her father just makes porno movies. Her father's name is Bert, and he makes porns, and Michael decides he's going to shoot a film, and he's obviously going to have this guy help him release it, but he makes some sort of weird science fiction-y thing, and I don't know, it doesn't quite work out. Meanwhile, it just stops like in the middle of the scene, or one scene ends, and then instead of going to the next scene, it'll show some little short, kind of like those other movies I mentioned earlier. So there's a lot of stuff interspersed here that has nothing to do with the actual plot of the film. As we go along in the movie, we kind of stay more towards the actual plot, as opposed to these little short stories in there too. So it's kind of all over the board. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I really cared for this movie a whole lot. Some of the scenes in between, the non-plot stuff, were actually funnier than the movie itself. I didn't think the movie itself was all that great. Just, I don't know, there was just nothing great about it. It wasn't even really a comedy. It seemed more like I don't even want to say a drama, because there was nothing dramatic going on. It's just something that was happening to these people. But some of the actual scenes in between were actually comical. So anyway, in this movie, we did have a lot of nudity in it. It was actually more than I thought. It kind of picked up as it went along, too. Lots of full frontal things, women in this movie, full frontal nudity. Looking at IMDb, most of the actors and actresses in this movie did nothing else, or very, very little else. I didn't recognize a soul in this movie. Nobody in this movie did anything. The director actually directed maybe about 20 other films or so, including one I reviewed about a year ago called Don't Go in the Woods. Looks like he may have actually done some other softcore or perhaps even hardcore stuff in the 80s as well. I think his name is James Bryan. But anyway, so that's what we got here, this film, Boogievision. I didn't really care for it all that much, but it is an interesting little thing, and to my knowledge, it's never been released on home video in any way, shape, or form until it came out on this Code Red 6-pack Volume 3 here. So anyway, check it out. It's called Boogievision. Maybe you can find the streaming somewhere. Who knows? The quality of this film was not all that great, but hey, whatever, right? It's there. So check it out. Let me know what you think about it. And if you like it or if you don't like it, leave some comments down below. It's called Boogievision. Watch it. Bye.